Welcome back to Grammar Grade 9. This is Unit 11, Lesson 75, and we're staying with the comma, but zooming in on one of its subtlest, most powerful jobs. Sometimes, a sentence carries a piece of information you could lift right out without losing your meaning. And sometimes, it carries a piece you absolutely cannot remove. Commas are how you tell your reader which is which. By the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly when to set a phrase off with commas and when to leave them out. Let's dig in. Let's start with the big idea. An element is non-essential if you can remove it and the sentence still tells you exactly who or what you mean. When an element is non-essential, you set it off with commas. But when an element is essential, when it's needed to identify which one you're talking about, you use no commas at all. So the whole lesson really comes down to this. Extra information gets commas, and needed information does not. Here's a simple test that never fails. Lift the element out and see what's left. Listen to this one. Maria, who lives next door, waved. Now lift out that middle part, and you're left with Maria waved. We still know exactly who waved because there's only one Maria, so that clause was just extra and it gets commas. Now compare this. The girl who lives next door waved. Lift out the clause and you have the girl waved. Which girl? We've lost the very words that told us. That clause is essential, so it takes no commas. So the question is always the same. After you lift it out, do you still know who? The same idea works for phrases, the ones built on participles, those ing and ed words, and on infinitives, the to plus verb forms. Start here. Cheering, the crowd rose to its feet. The word cheering just paints in some background. Lift it out, and the crowd still rose to its feet, so it's non-essential, and it gets a comma. Now this. The student holding the trophy beamed. That phrase, holding the trophy, tells us which student out of many, so it's essential, and it takes no commas. Infinitive phrases follow the very same rule. Her one wish, to travel the world, could be lifted out, so it's non-essential. Always ask, can you lift it out? Adjective clauses hand you a handy shortcut. As a rule, a clause beginning with which is non-essential, and a clause beginning with that is essential. Watch it work. The old mill, which closed years ago, still stands. That which clause is just added history. Lift it out, and the old mill still stands. So we fence it off with commas. Now the other kind. The key that opens the gate is missing. The clause that opens the gate tells us which key among many, so it's essential and takes no commas. Keep that signal in your pocket. A which usually wants commas, and a that usually wants none. Now for a case where the commas carry real meaning. Appositives. An appositive is a noun that renames the noun right beside it. Look at these twins. First, my sister Elena teaches piano, with commas. Those two commas quietly tell you I have only one sister, and Elena is simply her name. Extra information. Now the same words without commas. My sister Elena teaches piano. That version says I have more than one sister, and the name Elena is needed to tell you which sister I mean. Same three words, opposite messages. The commas say I have only one. No comma says, here's which one. Let's boil it all down to a quick check you can run anywhere. Step 1. Lift the element out of the sentence and read what remains. Step 2. Do you still know exactly who or what is meant? If you do, the element was non-essential, so wrap it in commas. Step 3. If lifting it out costs you the identity, if you no longer know which one, then it was essential, so leave the commas off. And when you're unsure, lean on that little signal. A which clause usually wants commas. A that clause usually wants none. Let's put it to work. Let's practice. In this first set, I'll show you a sentence, and you decide whether it needs commas around the middle part or not. Pause the video and try each one before I reveal the answer. My uncle, a retired pilot, tells wild stories. The phrase "a retired pilot" simply adds a detail about him. Lift it out, and my uncle still tells wild stories. It's non-essential, extra information, so it belongs inside commas. The answer is needs commas. The woman who trained our dog is here. Try lifting out the clause. The woman is here. Which woman? We've lost what identified her. That clause is essential. It tells us which woman, so it takes no commas. The answer is no commas. Venice, which floats on canals, enchants visitors. There's only one Venice, so the which clause is just added color. Lift it out, and Venice still enchants visitors. It's non-essential. And that word which is a strong hint too, so it needs commas. The answer is needs commas. Nice work. In this second set, each sentence names someone or something, and a hint in parentheses tells you how many there are. Use that to decide whether the name or clause needs commas. Pause and try each before I answer. My cousin Raphael races bikes, and I have several cousins. Because there's more than one cousin, the name Raphael is doing real work. It tells you which cousin I mean. That makes it essential, so it takes no commas. The answer is no commas. Our principal, Miss Ortega, spoke first, and a school has just one principal. Since there's only one, her name is simply extra information, not something we need to tell principals apart, so it should be set off with commas. The answer is needs commas. The trail that hugs the cliff is closed. Lift out that clause and you get the trail is closed. But which trail? The phrase that hugs the cliff is doing the identifying, and notice it begins with that. It's essential, so no commas. The answer is no commas. Let's gather up what we learned. A non-essential element is extra. You can lift it right out and still know exactly who or what is meant, so you set it off with commas. An essential element is different. It identifies which one, and without it, the sentence loses its meaning, so it takes no commas at all. The quickest test is always the same. Lift it out and ask whether you still know who. And keep that handy signal nearby. A which clause usually wants commas, while a that clause usually wants none. Master this, and your sentences will tell readers precisely what you mean. Great work today. I'll see you in the next lesson.